Happy Tuesday! This week on the Huddle, we're talking all about perfectionism, which is the need to be or appear perfect, as well as the belief that it's impossible to even achieve perfection in the first place. So, what does it look like to want to be perfect? What does it cost you in your everyday life? So, today we're talking about 8 ways perfectionism can show up in your life. Or in all of our lives. So, first is all or nothing thinking. Perfectionism can show up as believing that if things don't go exactly right, then it's not good enough. And I shared this in my example of when I had my panic attack over my marathon training, when I thought, because I hadn't done, I had skipped weeks when I was supposed to do 4 trainings and I only did 3, I definitely thought, oh my god, I am not going to be able to finish this race, right? So, all or nothing thinking. 2, when you're thinking with your perfectionist brain, you tend to be very highly critical. So, you judge everything. You're quick to see the bad before you see the good in yourself and others and situations, etc. 3, you're negatively motivated. So when you're thinking like a perfectionist, you want to achieve something so you can avoid an outcome, versus positive motivation, which is moving toward an outcome you do want, versus moving away from one, which is negative motivation. 4, you have unrealistic standards. So perfectionists tend to set goals that aren't reasonable. So this is different for I feel like there's a fine line between a perfectionist and a high achiever, right? So you set stretch goals so you can hit growth, but then there's unrealistic. I was just talking to someone, a client, about how I think in the SMART goal one, or SMART goal whatever process, we spend too little time on achievable. What is possible, right? So I think that this is where we really see the fine line between high achievers and perfectionists, is setting unrealistic standards. So that's number 4. Number 5, never satisfied. So this goes right along with this unrealistic standards, because when you have unrealistic standards, they're going to be hard to hit, and it's hard to be satisfied when you never hit your goals, right? So you never celebrate your wins, and that makes it super hard to stay motivated. Number 6, you focus on the outcome. As a perfectionist, you do not appreciate the process. And you're always looking for what you want to achieve in the end. Number 7, procrastination. Perfectionism can cause resistance because of fear of failure. So you avoid doing the thing you should because you're scared you're going to fail at it, right? And then finally, number 8, a really common trait of perfectionism in our everyday lives is defensiveness. So perfectionism is driven by fear, and that really makes it hard to take feedback, because you're taking it super personally, you're really sensitive, and it's really hard for you to look at feedback as an opportunity for growth, and instead you feel like it's a personal attack. So setting the bar high for yourself and being a high achiever is different from perfectionism. All of these common traits of perfectionism cause unnecessary anxiety and slow you down, right? Like, the point is, you think you want to push yourself to do more and do better when really you do less, and oftentimes worse. So these traits can be persistent, but they can also be specific to aspects of your life, certain projects, people, situations, environments, states. So I think we all have these moments of perfectionism standards, and sometimes we suffer from things like this for more, if this is something that's persistent in your whole life, you might identify with a lot of these things much more often, or you might identify with them during certain situations, right? So these feelings can be applied toward yourself, towards others, towards your environment and situations. And even though they're meant to achieve more, you really achieve less, right? You're less productive when you have all of these negative thoughts swirling around your brain. So notice when these thoughts and sentiments show up in your life and how they affect your actions. So thank you so much for watching the Daily Huddle with me, Life Coach Franzani. Every week we pick a theme and I discuss strategies around what it takes to be better every day. Because here we don't hope to have a good life, we work to live our very best lives. And I hope to give you some strategies and tools so you can do that too. I'll see you here bright and early tomorrow to continue our conversation on perfectionism. Give yourself an amazing day.